Jason Greer is with us now, a labor consultant and former field examiner with the NLRB. Jason, so good to have you with us. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me.
So I'm wondering, since we mentioned COVID, do you think that that was the ultimate juggernaut to all of this? I mean, we're talking about a great resignation, but is it really a great reevaluation or reset of people's values?
100%. You said it perfectly. I think it was the great reset from the perspective that people had an opportunity to actually be at home. They, consider their own mortality, but more importantly, they consider if I'm going to give 12 to 16 hours a day, I'm not going to be with my family, I'm not going to be with my friends, to an employer, there's something that I want out of this. In a lot of cases, it's I want to be heard, I want to be seen, but I also want equal treatment.
So how are companies receiving that?
It's a mixture. There are some companies that have been incredibly open to it, to the idea that they have to change with the times. You have other employers who want to go status quo, they want to do it business as usual. But what we're finding is that those companies that are really prizing this idea that these employees should be happy that they get paychecks, those are the ones that are currently being unionized.
So is there risk to unionization for employees?
That's a wonderful question. I think there's pros and cons. What I generally tell employees is this: you can organize a union, you can do all those things under the National Labor Relations Act, you have that right. But also understand that the organizing side is sort of the easier side. The other aspect of it is getting the contract, and it has to be the type of contract that you feel like you can live with. So I think there's pros and cons to everything, but ultimately, if we could get employers and employees to the point where they can work together, but in order to work together, employers have to meet employees halfway in terms of what they're looking for.
So when we're talking about a group within a company who's trying to organize, I'm wondering, what is the key to successfully doing that? Who's done it well? Have you seen anybody that's done it well? Let's put it that way.
Oh, there are a number of companies. In terms of organizing, you can look back at the United Auto Workers from the 70s and the 80s, if not before that, in terms of the relationship that they had with automotive companies. I think what we're seeing, though, overall, look, millennials and Gen Zs are at a point where they are legitimately the best educated. They are some of the brightest generational warriors that we've ever seen. But I think on the other side of the fact is that they are the first generation that will have less money than their parents. So when we talk about, organizations that have done it well, I don't know that we've ever seen anything like this before. So the proof in the pudding will be what looks like 5 to 10 years from now.
Well, I think there are probably people at home who are sitting here thinking, I got out of the workforce because I was unhappy with my job, and now I want to get back in. Or there are people who are in a job and they want to make a shift. What does this mean for them? What is the impact?
Actually, it's a wonderful impact, and I'm going to tell you why. This is the day and age in which employers are basically begging employees to come to work, because I don't care if you're in California, I don't care if you're in Milwaukee, you will see help wanted signs, but more importantly, you have organizations that are saying we cannot continue to run our operations with this limited number of employees. So I think what employees as a whole are finding is that it's sort of the employees market, but there's an added caveat here. It's the employees market, but you in many ways have the ability to dictate what you want, what you're willing to tolerate, but more importantly, what you need from an organization.
It is a unique time, no way around it.
Absolutely.
Jason Greer, it is such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for getting up early for us.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Of course.